Welcome back to the Faster Way podcast. For today's episode, we're doing something a little different, a little fun, a little special. So we are doing a Faster Way coach confessional with the ultimate coach herself, Miss Lee Bergin, our pro trainer. All of you know and love Lee if you are part of the Faster Way. If not, what the heck are you waiting for? We'd love for you to join. And we're going to talk about the secrets to getting better sleep. Dun, dun, dun. You excited, Lee?
I'm so excited. I'm going to stay awake for it.
Yeah. You got to stay awake for it. And this actually came about because I have been struggling with sleep. I mean, really my whole life. So let's just back up. I've had insomnia issues since I was in high school. I remember being the student body president, and I would be up at 2 a.m, 3 a.m, worrying, thinking about the student events. You know, I was also captain of sports teams and just sort of a high achiever. And so I was stressed out. Yeah, a little type A, A++. So I remember being up and literally sitting in my family room, not being able to sleep and just working instead as a high schooler. Fast forward to college, I played soccer my sophomore year. I remember during soccer training camp, I would literally go for a drive at 2 a.m. because I could not sleep. And we're doing like 3-a-day practices, and I just could not fall asleep. And so I've had issues. I've been on and off of prescription medication for sleep. And then at some point, as I started the Faster Way, I was able to rewrite the story and be able to kind of figure out how to sleep better and improve my sleep routine. Well, then fast forward to having having my fifth baby, Tyler Tress. So Tyler is a wonderful boy, and he is a terrible sleeper. And it's funny. I posted on Instagram yesterday because I've been, 3 days without hardly any sleep, and I was like desperate. So I posted on Instagram to see if anyone had suggestions for me, and a few people were like, "Work on getting Tyler to sleep." I'm like, "Why don't you work on getting Tyler? You come to my house." I'm like, "Thanks." But
thanks
no
for that
thanks.
suggestion.
Thanks, but no thanks. Yeah. So I have 5 kids. It's not like this is my first baby. I sort of know how to sleep train. He does not want to be sleep trained.
Well, he didn't want to miss anything, Amanda.
He doesn't want to miss cuddles with me.
He does.
In the middle of the night at 3 a.m.
Oh.
He's like, boo-hoo-hoo, at literally 2 a.m, 3 a.m, because he just wants to be snuggled. This week has been worse. We've had a month of illness at the Tress house. We all got a flu. I was sick for 15 days. Ty and Cole are the last 2 to have it. He was getting better, and then ended up with an ear infection. So, evenings are really tough with babies who have ear infections.
Oh, yeah.
Finally bit the bullet, got him on antibiotic, which is helping, and then some natural ear drops that I posted on Instagram. But either way, I am higher anxiety when my kids are sick and they are unable to sleep. So what was happening this week is I'm waking up at 2:30, 3:30 with him, having to really wake myself up so I could rock him back to sleep, get him his little teething, medicine, give him a little bit of stuff in his ears, do all the things. I have like a whole nighttime protocol.
And be present so you're not putting the oral gel in his ears.
Exactly.
And the ear stuff in his teeth, right?
I turn the light on too so I can see what I'm
you
grabbing.
gotta be awake.
Yeah. And then put him down, rock him for 20 minutes, put him down, and then it's like I'm drifting off to sleep, and 15 minutes later he's like, I want more snuggles. So, then I'm just up. Then it's like 4:30 rolls around, 5:30 rolls around. Then what's the point of even trying to go back to sleep? Because then you're giving me more. So it's been, this week was really tough, and I posted on Instagram and I got all of these amazing recommendations for sleep. So I'm going to read through some of them, and we're just going to have a commentary about this. But I was laughing because earlier we did a little teaser for this episode on Facebook, and I said, I have men in my life, doctors, experts, who will give me advice on things like sleep. And I'm like, honestly, dude, unless you are like a mom of little ones or in menopause, I do not care what your sleep tips are. Like, truly.
They cannot understand. I mean, we have an instinct. You have 5 times the instinct to wake up right now. You know they're going to wake up before they do. They're calling us in their minds.
Right.
And then fast forward to a menopause world with an empty nest-ish. I feel like I'm missing something.
Yeah.
So if I'm waking up, I'm like, what did I miss? Where are my people? They're not even in the house. So you've got these different instincts that are pulling. And the guys, they're like, I'm sorry, I need to sleep because I need to go hunt.
Plus hormones.
Right.
Plus hormones.
So you add all that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And,
layers.
I was actually Googling this because there's got to be something to it, but I couldn't find anything. At certain times of my cycle, I have an even harder time sleeping. And of course, like everybody knows, a day or two before you get your period, your progesterone's tanking because you didn't get pregnant. So, but even when I'm ovulating, holy cow, I have a hard time sleeping. Yeah. And it's got to be because my body's like super uber energized.
Charged.
That it's time to procreate. It's time to make a baby. So I am like extra energized and alert, and I'm like, Brandon, it's like 5 a.m. I'm like, Brandon, get in the shower. I got to get this energy out. You know what I mean? Like,
totally.
Right?
Absolutely.
Nobody talks about that.
Nobody talks about that, but it's a true thing. And the Aura Ring helps me so much because when I can see that that's the time.
Yeah.
Okay, of course, I live by myself, so no one's getting in the shower for me. That's when I'm going to the gym to lift heavier. Like, I recognize I've got to get that energy out. So how can I maximize a sleep efficiency? I got to get tired, right? So you're doing the same thing. So tracking that makes such a difference. I feel you on that.
Yeah. The older I get, the more in tune with my body I am. And so especially when it comes to sleep disturbances, I'm like, oh yeah, that's part of the reason I'm having a harder time sleeping right now. Okay, so I have to just like list off, because I got literally hundreds, if you're watching the YouTube video, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of suggestions on 2 different Instagram stories. So this person says not a supplement, but I use red light glasses and they have been a game changer. So what is the value of red light glasses?
I mean, red light glasses. So we're wearing these glasses when we're asleep, or are we wearing them with screen time? Screen time.
Okay, she's not wearing them when she's asleep.
Oh, well, I don't know. My
okay.
bed.
So she's not wearing them when she's asleep. So she's wearing
like
them
a blue light
at
glasses.
night. Yeah,
but it's a red light.
Blue light. Yeah, isn't it? No,
it's a blue light.
It's a blue light blocking glasses. So it's a red light glasses. It's a blue light blocking glasses. So it's blocking blue light.
Got it.
Yeah, because the blue light is the light from the sun.
Got it.
The red light is blocking the blue light. We should learn about this stuff before we
I'm getting some 3D glasses.
Okay.
And they're going to work either way.
We're going to do some research on these. It's a blue light blocking glasses,
right,
because the blue light is similar to the light from the sun that wakes you up. So if at night you're looking at a screen and the screen is emitting blue light,
correct,
then it's keeping you up longer.
Got it.
Where she's wearing these red light glasses or blue light blocking glasses, and she says it's been a game changer, probably because she's on her phone at night.
And then it also probably helps her circadian rhythm not think it's day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so this one, I'm just going to go ahead and say it because I know this is going to be a huge one that people are hearing. So my functional medicine doctor has me taking melatonin in an extended release form. So I've used melatonin in the past here and there. Last night, I slept amazing. I had 2 grams of melatonin. I was going to bring the whole baggie of stuff that I have at my disposal at home. I actually use the kids version because I'm sort of a lightweight. So I just had 2, this is like embarrassing, 2 kids melatonin gummies.
Okay.
Which is 2 grams total of melatonin.
And it worked.
Because I don't want to be groggy in the morning.
No.
And if I overdo it on melatonin, I get crazy dreams.
Well, that's what my daughter does. My daughter takes a little bit of that stuff. She never sleeps. When she was a baby, I had to set the alarm to wake her up to feed her for almost 3 years. I was like, this is easy. Yeah. And then I had my son. He was different. Now, I mean, she's awake all night long.
Interesting. So she slept so much in the beginning.
I don't know. Does it catch up? But that's her schedule is whacked. But she takes those.
Okay.
And when she does, she sleeps like a rock. But she's like, you have no idea what was going on in my brain last night.
Yeah, the dreams.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And I've also heard that melatonin can negatively impact serotonin release in your brain.
That's the last thing that you want.
Exactly.
Please don't stump my happy.
Yeah, I know. Because serotonin is what helps you stay happy. And so, yeah, I need to research more about melatonin before I go overboard on that. I'm starting with like baby steps on melatonin.
And you don't want to be dependent on anything.
Yes. Okay, so, and again, we're reading through all these suggestions. Some of them are going to be a little crazy, but some of them you've heard. So tons and tons of people said magnesium. So magnesium helps us with sleep. Now, the most important aspect is the type of magnesium, because some magnesium is simply for pooping, basically.
Yes.
Like it's, I mean,
Digestion. Right.
I was just on a call with my doctor literally an hour ago, and he said magnesium is one of the most underrated supplements. Magnesium is used for 600 different functions in the body. I mean, he was like, touting the benefits of magnesium, but I think it's easy for us to just grab only the calm gummies, which for me, it's like, I love those calm gummies. I give them to my kids at night just so that they poop regularly. Like so you have to get the right type of magnesium. So we'll kind of look through here. Magnesium, like it's almost every other, but we have to see what is the right type of magnesium and what is the best place to get it. Is it a spray? Is it a rub?
And I've
is
had,
it a
you
pill?
can rub it, you can rub it on your stomach even if you're looking for the release, if you will.
Okay, so a lot of people say meditation. So try the Calm app. Meditation's to shut your mind off and fall back asleep. Great for kids too. What was the tip that you shared that your mom used to do?
So I guess it's a form of meditation. I was so young though, it just stuck with me. So she would go to these retreats, she called them seminars, and this is 1980. Probably mind control seminars, and Silva meditation is what this was about. It was to help her clairvoyance. It was supposed to help her IQ. It was supposed to help her cognition in a bunch of different ways. So she would come home and kind of practice her tricks on me. But at this point, she would take my entire body and just speak to it. She would lay me down and she would speak to my toes, every single toe, my toenail, the arch of my toe, my pinky to the next one, my arch of my foot, my ankles, all the way up super slow. And she'd speak super calmly about putting them to sleep. So they would become heavy, and I would literally get to a point where I was like, I can't even feel my feet. If I move my leg, can I move my leg right now? And I would just start to listen to her voice, and she would go, and I'd usually kind of fall asleep right about my knees. But it's still something that I do to this day, because I guess I just get kind of entranced with going through my body and putting everything to sleep.
It's the mind-body connection.
It really is. And I definitely felt a difference as I became a fitness expert. Now I got a lot more muscles to name.
Yeah.
I've got a lot more things that I recognize. But it does help. I mean, I don't think I've ever made it to my shoulders.
Because you're focused on something with your mind.
I am. I'm going into I'm distracted, so I'm not thinking about the stuff that's keeping me awake. I'm not thinking about the clock ticking. I'm not thinking about all that stuff. I'm literally thinking about, I hope I don't feel my toes soon.
Because what happens to me, and I'm sure that people listening can appreciate this or resonate with it, I will lay there from 3:30 to 4:30, 4:30, 5:30, and I'm getting more and more and more frustrated and stressed that my mind is racing and I'm not falling asleep and da-da-da. And so that for me is a big issue. It's not that my body isn't relaxed, because my body will be heavy and relaxed, but my mind is still going on other things.
And so if you put your mind on something else, I also too I took a clock out or my phone away, so I just have to yell at Alexa if I want to know what time it is. And I don't want to talk because then I'm going to wake up more. So I just leave her with her, ocean sounds. But I'm like, okay, I have no idea what time it is. And it's better that way.
That is smart. I totally agree. Okay. This person says Chinese medicine would say your liver needs support. That's what my doctor told me. Funny enough, I had a call an hour ago with my doctor, just ran a whole comprehensive hormonal blood work and whole blood panel. And my liver looks fantastic.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, maybe for some people, I've also heard that if you wake up at 2, 3 in the morning, it could be parasite related.
Cool.
You could have it because that's when the parasites are the most active.
Oh, they're nocturnal. That's gross. Being me
so
out right
if you do only wake up at 3 o'clock and you're like 33, maybe you should get checked for parasite. Could be a good plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which hence the snake plant.
Oh, so funny.
Is that why?
Yeah. So one person said that they bought a snake plant, and since then they've slept well. I think snake plants can purify the.
Oh, I thought it put the parasite to sleep.
Purifier. Oh my gosh, you're so funny. Okay, let me just real quick talk about all the things I do as well that already I kind of had figured out for good sleep hygiene and routine. So I set my room temperature to about 69 degrees.
Yes.
I am sure that I turn off all the lights by, let's call it 8 o'clock. I'm not going to be functioning with very bright lights. One thing I do terrible, so this is on the opposite list of what not to do. Brandon and I will watch TV at night in bed. I'm going to stop that. Last night, I did not watch TV in bed. I watched TV downstairs for 20 minutes, and then I went up to the bedroom. So those are a few things that I do. I go in my infrared sauna after dinner. After dinner, infrared sauna, I sweat a bunch of toxins out, get a shower, and that's part of my evening routine. I wear an eye mask just so it's pitch black dark in front of my face. Just yesterday, for the first time, I turned off my Wi-Fi.
Oh.
I don't know why. I was told that's the good idea. There's something that I need to do more research on around like Wi-Fi and signals and all that.
Vibrations and things. Interesting.
I don't know. It's something that people listening, I'm sure, have been like, they've heard about.
Okay.
But I don't have like the science behind it.
But you did sleep well.
I slept amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I am like 200% energy today, 11 out of 10. I came running into the office. The team is like, what is happening?
Well, and it's great too because you've got the kids who can have their routines as well. Another time that it was really hard to sleep was when they're teenagers and they're coming home late, right? I mean, then you're waiting up. You're like, okay, I can sleep. But even at 11, and I usually go to sleep like at 8:30, so 11 is like the middle of the night. I would be like, oh, do I have to wait for this?
Right.
Just to hear the door, right? Ugh. I mean, it's always something, just like you said, when you're a mom.
It is.
You are just waiting for it.
Okay, this is Queen of Thrones castor oil. I'm not sure. What
okay.
would that be about? Queen of Thrones castor oil. Huh.
Do you consume it? Do you rub it on your body? Do
I'm
you
not
put it
sure.
on your head?
I'll have to look into that. I mean, there's literally hundreds. I'm just seeing what. Okay, I heard magnesium helps with sleeping. Yep, I just started taking it this week, so I can tell a difference.
Do you also notice that you sleep better during different seasons?
Meaning like winter, summer. I probably sleep best in the winter. Now, I've
Now
been
that there's winter here in
pregnant or
Florida.
breastfeeding for like 12 years, so it's hard to say. I will say the only time I've slept through the night, the whole way through the night, is in Costa Rica.
Oh.
I think part of it is because it gets dark at the same time every single day throughout the entire year. They don't do daylight savings.
Right.
So every single day, 6:30, dark. I go to bed 8:45, 9, I am out.
Yeah.
And then I wake up at 5:17 a.m. when that sun rises. And it's like there's very, very little variation the entire year.
Wow.
But also you're in nature. The air is so pure. The food is phenomenal. No lie, only time at minimum since I've had kids that I've slept through the night is in Costa Rica.
Wow, that's awesome.
One of the many reasons I purchased a house there.
Right. And it's true, though. When it gets darker a little bit earlier, you have a couple of hours of that darkness, so it does feel a little bit more appropriate.
Okay, this person says, say Jesus over and over and think through the lyrics to some sweet hymns.
I'm going to be thinking and singing at the same time.
I, like, every single night pray before I go to bed. And I did feel guilty for the longest time that I'd fall asleep when I was praying, but maybe that's...
Well, I think it is. I think that's another part of just saying something over and over again. I was raised Catholic, and I would do the rosary and pray around the rosary to go to sleep. It was like, just go do a couple laps around the rosary.
Wow.
That was on my dad's house, and then I would go to my mom's house for the meditation.
Oh, my gosh.
But it definitely, now, I haven't thought about that in years.
Yeah, that's so funny.
But I remember feeling guilty, too, like, I only got like 10
asleep.
Hail Marys. Sorry.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so magnesium glycinate. It's magnesium glycinate. This person says from pure encapsulations or serenity. Interesting. Magnesium glycinate. Okay. Oh, man. Yeah. Magnesium or mom of 6 littles awake to 3 a.m. wake up. Deep breathing has helped. Yeah. These moms are like, yep, we get it. Yeah. So like
but
every 10th response was please share the responses.
But do you ever get emotional or crabby or cranky when you don't sleep?
Yes.
Like the
Have
crying?
you seen me this week in the office?
No, I was
Did
hiding
you
from
see
you,
me
actually.
Did you see me walk into the conference room yesterday?
The furniture has been moved.
I am a mess when I don't sleep. If I get only 1 day of poor sleep, fine. 2, I can still function. 3, forget it.
But you're not weepy. You're more angry.
Yeah, I don't get like weepy. I will say one of the male persons, one of the males,
dudes.
one of the guys in our office, he's like, if I'm like lacking sleep, I need 3 good nights of sleep in a row. I was like, stop speaking to me, please. If I get 1 good night every 4 days, I am a happy camper. I don't want to hear anything about 3 good nights in a row. Talking about 3 good nights in a row. When was the last time I got 2 good nights in a row? Not since I had
Nothing's in a
kids.
row ever.
Don't talk to me, right? Okay. Also, Brandon literally falls asleep 30 seconds after his head hits the pillow, and 15 minutes in, he starts talking. So I have to combat that because usually, right when I'm getting into my sleeping, he's like going through the drive-thru, ordering something without pickles, and I'm like, "Can you please be quiet?" Because now I have to start the whole thing over again.
No.
Okay, this person says Sleep Through by Gaia Herbs. I can't take melatonin, so these are wonderful. Oh, organic too. I do want to say I see a few people on here saying CBD. Yeah. So take it or leave it. CBD. I do have Stephen Cabral's Equilibrium Nutrition CBD. Yep. It doesn't work for me. I don't know why. So I even this week tried like 3:30 in the morning doing the CBD under my tongue. Didn't work. I don't know if it wakes me up.
I know.
But I think everyone is so different.
They're so different.
Health and wellness is bio-individual.
100%.
Yeah. Okay. There's so many people. Let me know the recommendations. Yeah, this person says, do you use red lights when he is up? Coffee, crude, homeopathy. No, coffea, crude, homeopathy. Homeopathy?
Homeopathy?
The spelling on some of these things are weird, but that word was not one of them. It was all me. That was all me. Yeah, this person says, focus on getting your baby to sleep through the night. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Great idea.
You do it. Okay, I'm going to go to the second Instagram, and then we'll start wrapping this up. I sleep with my Kindle under my pillow. I read when I wake up as long as I need to. Ashwagandha and magnesium glycinate yet may help. Sleep meditation.
Sometimes meditation could stress me out more.
Yeah.
Don't make me sit there and be quiet.
This person says deep breathing. Breathe in 4 seconds, hold 7 seconds.
Yes.
Exhale 8. Do 10 to 15 times.
See, you're just counting and you fell asleep. I don't know. You fell asleep counting again.
Yeah, I will try that. I've heard that counting sheep is not the answer. It can actually stress you out.
Depends on where they're going.
This person says Sonata RX, so Sonata prescription, helps you go to sleep quickly, no grogginess. It's not as much going to sleep. I put headphones on and listen to biannual beats. I should just read something boring. I think is a big...
Yeah, read... Yeah, what is boring to you?
Adrenal fatigue supplements and progesterone. Progesterone, that's huge. Like if you are low on progesterone, like I have been my entire life, then having progesterone, especially in the second half of the cycle, like we mentioned, I think is helpful. But adrenal fatigue supplements, the reason they say that is because if your cortisol's all out of whack. I mean, I've had people come into the Fast Away and they say, I've had insomnia for years. I started the Fast Away, I'm eating more, figured out my hormones, and I'm sleeping like a baby. So that's always great to hear. For me, it's like I'm doing all the things and then, but that's what, do you have any other weird ones that you have heard that
I'm
we
just
haven't talked about?
laughing now that I've been thinking about all these things. Well, I did have a college roommate who drank NyQuil every night.
What?
I think
that sounds like a bad idea.
I think as an adult that turns into wine. Overall, it is the routine that works the best for me, and it is going to sleep. Literally, if it's a double-digit number, I start to panic. So it is between 7:30 and 9:30.
7:30.
I don't have anything to do at the nighttime. Well, I think, and I also wake up at 4 though.
Do you want to come over and hang out with Ty?
Well, yeah. So I will wake up. I wake up super early.
Wow.
Because I work out before.
Yes.
And then I have to get my personality on. That takes a long time.
Oh my God.
So it's the
Gotta
routine.
put the eyelashes on.
Yeah,
That takes an hour.
yeah. It's all the things. I mean, I got to get cool. So it does. It takes me, that routine really, really, really helps me. And it's like a non-negotiable.
You probably get so much deep sleep because most deep sleep is in the beginning of the night.
I do.
Maybe
I get,
less light sleep or REM sleep.
I get great REM sleep too.
Really?
Yeah. So but again.
How many hours do you need per night?
I'm pretty good. And again, it's that aura ring. So I can have 5 and still have an hour and a half of REM and an hour and a half of deep sleep.
5 hours?
5.
What?
I'm out. I
You
got
are
nothing
kidding.
to talk about, nothing to dream about. No one's in my bed with me. I mean, it is.
Oh my gosh.
Pillow
See,
central.
I need a lot.
But maybe it's my age
a lot
too.
of sleep. Maybe.
I don't know.
Brandon's grandma needed no sleep. Like literally none. I need a lot of sleep. I need a solid 8.
Really?
Oh, yes.
I can't remember the last. In 2 years,
But
I haven't
I
had 8
never
hours.
sleep all through the night, though. I'm saying that, but the quality of my sleep isn't that great because I'm up with the kids. I'm up using the restroom. So even though I'm in bed for 8, maybe the quality isn't as good. But I also go really hard during the day, but you go really hard during the day too.
Maybe it's my age.
Wow.
I don't
5.
know.
What?
I mean, a 7, I'll get 7 on a weekend.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, I can make it and feel pretty good on 5. And that's, again, where bio-individuality comes in. And that's why this ring makes such a difference, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I only slept 5 hours.
What's your sleep score, though?
About 70 to 85.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
See, I stopped wearing my Aura ring because it was stressing me out more.
No, 100%. That's what meditation can do, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think if you read something really boring, but you might find it fascinating.
Yeah.
Read about men. They're boring. Just kidding.
Adrenal and cortisol spikes? Question mark. Ask a naturopath how to reverse those? Question mark. See, I just had all my blood work done, as I said now 6 times.
Yeah.
And everything's great.
I think it's just the babies. I think it's just the babies.
The only thing that was off on everything, and I had 18 vials of blood drawn, was my progesterone's low, which I've known my entire life. I've had PCOS, this and that. So I'm going to be on 25 milligrams of micronized progesterone. But my cortisol, it was slightly low only because of the time of day that I had my blood work taken. It was in the afternoon. But everything else, thyroid perfect, liver functioning perfect, estrogen great, testosterone great, no MTFHR.
Oh, that's great.
I have a new lease on life. I slept amazing last night, and I found out my blood work is great.
Welcome back.
Yeah. But when my elderly dog woke me up, I would try my hardest not to let my heart rate increase. Interesting.
Yes.
Things, even good things like exercise can cause stress, get cortisol checked. I like how all the doctors came out. It's literally, it's Dr. Mom. It's all the doctors is the handle on my, and I totally agree. So if you're listening to this and you are, because it's literally 3 right in a row, cortisol, cortisol, cortisol. So this person says it's usually an indicator that your cortisol is high. But what I just said is my cortisol actually was low, just slightly low because of when I had the blood work done. And so I'm going to have it done at a different time next time. But yeah, it's just there's no one size fits all answer for what the issue could be. There's no one size fits all answer for. So let's just kind of like try to break it down, because everyone listening wants some takeaways. They want wrap it all up, tie it up, put a bow on it.
So for me, Dr. Cabral has a great idea. That 3-2-1 method, right? Don't eat 3 hours before you go to bed. Don't drink 2, and don't do your screen time.
Super smart.
Okay,
Say that again. So
3-2-1.
Yeah.
So 3 hours before bed is when you stop eating.
Yep.
2 hours before bed is when you stop drinking, and 1 hour before bed is when you stop your screen time.
Love it.
So I haven't done it yet.
You don't need to.
I think about it all the time.
Clearly already I figured
But
it out.
I think about it all the time. But I absolutely also have to watch the last meal of the day for me.
Yep.
If I have it, if it's too big or if it has spicy foods, those kinds of things will interrupt my sleep. But it is the routine. It's just sticking with that routine. It's making sure that I am exercising hard when I feel strong, and pulling back when I don't. I don't get frustrated if I feel weak in the gym, because I know I'm a strong person. So on the days that I feel strong, even if I plan to do something less, I'm like, I better ride the downhill on this. So I really focus my energy output to help, I think, kind of find that auto-regulation of what my sleep is and that intuition.
Yeah.
And then I wake up at the same time every day, pretty much even on the weekends.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so I would say my biggest tip to start is to rewrite the story a bit. When I struggled with insomnia and was on an actual prescription medication for years and years, I had to actually rewrite the story, because when I got pregnant, I was not to be on this medication anymore. And so I was like, I'm either going to not sleep at all, or I'm going to have to figure this out and create better sleep routines and hygiene and all this. And so I just decided that this wasn't going to be my story anymore. Oh, this person says, I found the Z-Quill back to sleep pill. Oh, she goes, read mine. Same, I get to sleep fine. It's when I get woken up that it's for me, toss and turn, until I found the Z-Pill back to sleep pill. So there are magnesium pills, there are CBD pills, there are routines, there are meditations, there are other steps. I think a lot of it is just finding what works best for you, but knowing that there is hope for you and working with an expert to help kind of identify what the different steps are. I try not to experiment with like 3 things at once. I kind of take it one at a time. The only other thing I'll say is right before I went to bed last night, I wrote a list of like 27 things that I'm grateful for.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so instead of watching TV, I took my journal out and I wrote a list of all these things that I'm grateful for. And I was like, man, if I wake up in the middle of the night with Ty and then I'm up, I will just get my journal out and I left it next to my
I like
bed
that.
and I'll keep writing until I get tired again.
I like that.
Yeah.
Just reflect on what you've written too, because that's I love that.
Yeah, here is to better sleep for all of us, because sleep is so important to overall health and wellness. You know it, we know it. If you're struggling, listen, I feel you and I am praying for you. My thoughts are with you, because man, it just makes a difference.
It totally makes a difference. And let me tell you, just to feel your energy right now after a great night's sleep, everyone's going to sleep well tonight.
All right. I hope you guys enjoyed these coach confessionals. We wanted to try a casual format.
yeah.
Hopefully you enjoyed it. And we wish you all the best and a wonderful night's sleep. Bye, everyone.
Good night.